Let's talk to Richard Fuller, MP, Shadow Chief Secretary to the Treasury. He's down in Westminster for us on College Green. Richard, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Graham.
Nice to see you. I mean, I think our last voice note there spoke for all of us. You know, nobody can quite believe the incompetence. I don't think anyone can remember such an incompetent government.
Well, I think there's a lot of truth to that. And even today, we had news about public borrowing massively overshooting the forecast that were just made last month by the OBR. We have a Chancellor who seems to be addicted to borrowing, addicted to debt, and addicted to raising taxation. All of the things that she didn't say in the election. And unfortunately, we're now lumbered with her.
Well, indeed. And this idea that, you know, they were always in favour of single-sex spaces, they were always, you know, the defenders of women. You know, they're just making it up as they go along now, aren't they?
I think you're right. And but there's a deeper political issue here, which is about the willingness of politicians to speak clearly and to say exactly what they think, the truth that's in their heart. If you look at this issue, right from the start, there have been some people, the women from Scotland who took the case to the Supreme Court, the author J.K. Rowling and Kemi Badenoch, who've been clear right from the start that they understood that in this conflict of rights, it was right to stand up for the rights of women, right to stand up and defend women-only spaces. But there were a lot of politicians who couldn't even answer the basic questions on this. And that unfortunately includes the Prime Minister. So when Kemi Badenoch says that she's looking for the Prime Minister to make an apology, I think beneath that is what she's really saying is, Prime Minister, you need to explain what your thinking was and whether or not it's changed because you're a lawyer or it's changed because you now truly have a different point of view, because the Prime Minister is the one who now has the responsibility to make sure that government in all its aspects is following the Supreme Court ruling, sensitive, yes, to the issues that trans people feel, but making sure that we defend the rights of women to have access to women-only spaces.
I've got a little clip here that I'd like to play you. This is Robert Jenrick. It's apparently been leaked to Sky News, just been brought to my attention. Don't know whether you've heard it before, but he's vowing to bring this coalition together, his words, not mine, to ensure that Conservatives and Reform UK are no longer fighting each other for votes by the time of the next election. Have a listen to this.
Nonetheless, they continue to do well via the polls. And my worry is that they become a kind of permanent or semi-permanent fixture on the British political scene. And if that is the case, as I say, I have tried to do everything I can to stop that being the case, then life becomes a lot harder for us, because the right is not united. And then you head towards a general election where the nightmare scenario is that Keir Starmer sailed in through the middle as a result of the two parties being disunited again. I don't know about you, but I'm not prepared for that to happen. I want right to be united. And so one way or another, I'm determined to do that. And to bring this coalition together and make sure we...
It's not that clear exactly what the context is of that, but he would appear to be saying, as far as I can make out, Richard, that the danger of what might happen in the future is that Reform and the Conservatives split the vote on the right and Labour continue in power.
Yeah, so the context is important, Mr. Graham, and before that, what Robert had said was that he's fully engaged to put Reform out of business, because unless there is united opposition behind the Conservative Party to Sir Keir Starmer, we will end up with a risk that you get another Labour government, a radical Labour government by default. And so it is important, as Robert Jenrick said, that all of our efforts, the Conservative Party, are to put forward a Conservative platform that unites the right.
But the polls would suggest that it's the Reform Party that's going to put the Conservatives out of business, perhaps.
Well, I think... So with opinion polls at this stage, you've got people want to protest. It's been a year since we had a very difficult election result for the Conservative Party. It's very difficult in that first 12 months to suddenly turn around and say, well, now I'm going to vote Conservative again. People want to see that the Conservative Party has learnt its lessons, and under the new leadership of Kemi Badenoch, we're very serious about demonstrating that we're a united party, that we've learnt the mistakes from the mistakes of the past, and that we're going to put together a platform of conservative policies that can unite the vast majority of this country that have conservative values. In the interim, people look at this government, and as you said earlier on, about the very poor way that they're handling the country, their economy, the economy, and are protesting. But that's different from actually governing. And we have elections coming up in a month's time, on May the 1st, for local councils. And it's not reform that has the record of delivering good service at lower cost for residents. It's Conservative councillors. And the lesson is, don't risk your council tax going up, your services going down, by splitting a vote and not voting Conservative. Continue to support those policies, turn and join the Conservative Party and give your vote to the Conservatives to protect your local services and protect your local council tax.
Richard Fuller, thank you very much indeed. Shadow Chief Secretary to the Treasury, Tory MP, of course, as well.